Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we are checking out every NBA team's biggest L of the offseason. So I know we've been going pretty heavy on the articles as of late. That's because obviously, there's not really much going on in the NBA right now, man. So I do want to let you guys know, I do have a third YouTube channel called Crispy Flakes Plays, and I actually just started a Madden 22 series over on that. So if you guys are interested in that, man, Crispy Flakes Plays, link to it in the description below. But here we go. Every NBA team's biggest L of the offseason. If you guys want to predict what yours is in the comment section below. As a Pistons fan, I would say that the way that Luka Garza's playing, I don't really think we needed to sign Kelly Olynyk to that contract. I would have preferred for him to play and also develop like Sekou Doumbouya, but that's personally my biggest L. But it's really not that big of an L because Olynyk was actually pretty solid last season for the Houston Rockets. So let's go ahead and get going on this, man. The first one we have is no L's detected. So for this, we have the Atlanta Hawks. I would have personally maybe have liked them to get some more perimeter defense, I suppose. I feel like that's one thing they were kind of lacking. I always say like a Marcus Smart or something like that, or like Matisse Thybulle would have been epic. But I would say that's an L person. I would have liked them to get a little bit more perimeter defense. For the Charlotte Hornets, I guess they got Mason Plumlee. I don't know if that was like they're like a big huge W there, man. I mean, maybe like I don't get why a team like the Hornets would not have paid whatever it was that Andre Drummond got for the 76ers. At least take that chance, right, man? I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I mean, give him like a 2-year deal, double the money he would have made, and just see if it works out, right? So, yeah, I personally think they should have done that. The Miami Heat, they make quite a few W's, man. I can't really think of anything else for the Heat either. I think overall they're pretty good. I guess, did they really address the backup point guard role with none going to the Lakers and obviously having Dragic on the Raptors now? I don't think they got a backup point guard, did they? That might be an L. Phoenix Suns, yeah, I mean, the one thing they really needed to do was get a backup center to that was JaVale McGee. So, yeah, that was pretty nice. Okay. Washington Wizards, I think they were pretty solid. They were pretty solid. Defensively, I guess I like Montrezl Harrell. I guess he's not really a defensive player, but they did improve the center position, but maybe I would have liked to see a little bit more defense on this team, I suppose. But overall, I think they took some W's. Okay, so we got the Boston Celtics. Their biggest L was neglecting the offense. See, I completely disagree with that. I think their offense is completely fine. I think the biggest issue is that they neglected having a playmaker and a defensive player at the point guard spot. That that's why Kemba and Kyrie did not work with this team, because they already had too much offense as is, right? So I feel like Schroeder, getting Schroeder on a really good contract, that's always a big time W. So yeah, that should be completely fine, man. I'm not really too concerned about that. And they obviously like Marcus Smart and stuff too, man. So yeah. Next up, we got letting Jeff Green go on the Brooklyn Nets. I honestly, for the life of you, could not even tell me where Jeff Green's on. Did he go to the Nuggets? I feel like the Nuggets. That's not the team he went to? I do not remember where Jeff Green went to, man. But, no, biggest, I guess letting him go, if they could have gotten back for a good deal, that would have been, fantastic. I think, yet again, though, they didn't really address the interior defense type of stuff out there. So, yes, we got Chicago Bulls overpaying for DeMar DeRozan. I don't really think it was much of an overpay. 3 years, $82 million contract. The guy put up near all-star numbers last year. I mean, I guess if you want to say anything about it is maybe, they could have put themselves in a better financial situation for 2022. But you already have Vucevic on the team, who's kind of an aging center. Zach LaVine's probably getting impatient. You've kind of gone through the whole drafting rookies and stuff like that. You got Pat Will, who's going to be a big time piece. I think DeMar DeRozan was probably, unless I'm not thinking somebody else, was probably the best free agent available, right? And the Bulls got him, so you can't really fault them for that. And, a billion things can happen. If he has a really good season for the Bulls, and they want to trade him away or whatever, I guess they could do that. But there's way to free up cap space. There's ways to do that. So, yeah, I think they needed to go all in, and they did. To the best that they could this offseason. Cleveland Cavaliers overpaying Jarrett Allen. No, man. That was a good contract. For the way Jarrett Allen plays, I would much rather pay Jarrett Allen just a good serviceable interior center, where it was $20 million a season, whatever it is, to just that's your guy there at the center spot for the foreseeable future. That to me, that was a good contract. That was not a bad contract. Cleveland is not notorious for getting big name free agents. So, I mean, you locked up a good center like that. And it's a very tradable contract, too. A lot of guys will take on Jarrett Allen for that much money, assuming you want to go more the direction of Evan Mobley going forward as a starting center, right? So, yeah, I don't think this was an L, man. I feel like this is the case of thinking of L's just to think of L's, and I don't really think that was one. We got the Dallas Mavericks still not finding a third star. Yeah, I would say the Dallas Mavericks, collectively speaking, had a pretty hell of an offseason considering the rumors of Luka Doncic being upset with the squad. Porzingis is still on the team. That's going to be a chemistry issue because we all know he's not really happy with his role. Now, maybe getting a new head coach is going to fix that, and maybe he'll be more utilized in the offense. You know, hopefully that's the case. I did like the Reggie Bullock signing, but overall, man, they did not find that third guy. I really want to see like a CJ McCollum or somebody on this team. Next up, we have the Denver Nuggets not extending a forward. I mean, they did get, like, Will Barton back. I think he's technically a forward. Yeah, I mean, I personally... Well, the thing about Michael Porter, it's like, he's still so young, but he does have the injury history where you probably don't want to take that much risk on right now. You probably want to see what Michael Porter can do next season. See how he is out there. You know, see if Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon, if that's, like, a fit long-term, and then, you know, make your decision next offseason. I think that's completely fine. I would not overpay Michael Porter right now. He had a fantastic end to the season, one of the most improved players in the NBA. But let's see it for the entire season, man. Let's see if he takes that all-star, superstar step next year. We got the Detroit Pistons splurging. What a word, man. What a word. Splurging on Kelly Olynyk. Damn. It was a bit of a splurge. Like, well, we got a little money, man. Let's go get Olynyk. I'm sure he's not upset about it. It's like $13 million a season. That's about what he was roughly getting paid anyway. You know, a big guy that can shoot next to Cade Cunningham. I'm not going to be mad about it. Like I said, if it leads to us trading away Sekou Doumbouya or not really giving Luka Garza a chance, I could be upset about it. But in the short term, I think he's also a very tradable contract, and who knows what he can do next season, giving, you know, a big role on the Pistons probably. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. Kent Bazemore taking less to leave for LA. Dude is low-key not even going to be a part of the rotation, man. The Warriors are completely fine. You know, you already have Jordan Poole on the team, who's going to be great next season. You got Moses Moody. If anything, I think it's addition by subtraction. Save your money, let him go to LA and sit on the bench. Win himself a ring, it's fine. Or maybe not win a ring, we don't know. I got the Warriors winning next year personally, so maybe he made the wrong choice himself. Houston Rockets giving Daniel Tice a 4-year deal. So yeah, 4 years, $36 million, which equates to like $8.5 million a season. Maybe a little bit more than that, a little more, a little less. But regardless, Tice is going to be nice. I always say saying that because it freaking rhymes. Next to Christian Wood, but also, you know, you don't want to like hinder some of the development of the younger guys. I thought it was weird for Tice to go to the Rockets anyway because they are kind of in a rebuild mode. But it's also good to have veterans and stuff too, man. I just feel like rotationally speaking, I'd rather see like Sengun play and, you know, Kenny Martin Jr., all those guys. So, and Sean Tate, all of them. So, we'll see. Indiana Pacers giving TJ McConnell a 4-year deal. No, he was one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I think he led the NBA in steals. He almost had like a quadruple-double or triple-double with steals. He can be 29 as of March. It wasn't a ridiculously large contract. I think that's fine. I think, once again, he's a very tradable guy. And his style of play, I think he'll be good for that duration of the contract. We got the Los Angeles Clippers losing Patrick Beverley's energy and leadership. Well, they needed to go with a new role with the team. I mean, Kawhi is out for much of next season. You know, Paul George could have an MVP caliber season if he really leads his Clippers team. But it was time to try something new with the squad. And, you know, getting Eric Bledsoe and stuff will be interesting. Next up, we have the Lakers downgrading perimeter defense. Yeah, they lost KCP, Alex Caruso. Fact of the matter, it wasn't really it wasn't by choice because I know, you know, like Alex Caruso got more money than what they wanted to pay, and you can't fault them for those choices. But yeah, I would say defensively speaking, at least from the perimeter, they will probably be a worse team. But then again, you know, you don't really want to. You also can't take away from like Russell Westbrook and Talen Horton-Tucker. That dude got like a damn 7'1" wingspan. It's like a 6'4" player, so maybe he takes another step as a defensive player. We'll kind of see, right? We got the Memphis Grizzlies devaluing the present. I get, yeah. I mean, I wasn't a big fan. Well, not really, because Eric Bledsoe was not a good fit for the team. Patrick Beverley was not a good fit for the team. I guess maybe Patrick Beverley as a bench player could have been nice. Eric Bledsoe would not accept that role. Valanciunas I do like a lot, but, you know, they got Steven Adams out of it, who's not, I don't think Steven Adams is, like, great for this team, but he's a dude. But really the big-time flip there was being able to get Zaire Williams, the guy they wanted. Now, I personally like that Trey Murphy guy that the Pelicans ended up getting, so we'll see if that remains to be an L or not. But I don't really think it was a devalue. I think it was just kind of making some choices. We got the Milwaukee Bucks losing P.J. Tucker to an Eastern Conference rival. Yeah, fair enough. That's all I got to say about that. 2-year, $14 million. Yeah, it would have been nice to probably get him back. Minnesota, musical chairs at the backup point guard spot. Who cares, bro? It's a damn backup point guard spot. Ain't nobody care about that. Pelicans not listening to Zion Williamson. Yeah, I still think all things considered, they could have done more to get Lonzo Ball back, especially having a new head coach. Devontae Graham was a fine replacement. Not as good as Lonzo, obviously. They did get a little bit of a better center in Valanciunas, so that's nice. But overall, yeah, I think they could have done some more things for Zion. But we'll see. I think the next season, like I said, that's going to be the big offseason, man. A lot of players. So we'll see if somebody comes and plays with Zion and Ingram. Or maybe they even do a sign trade in Ingram if it doesn't work out next year. We'll see. New York Knicks paying a premium for Evan Fournier. Good, solid offensive player. A type of guy, including Kemba Walker. Which, by overpaying for Evan Fournier and underpaying for Kemba Walker, it just kind of evens out anyway. It's not that big a deal. The only thing is I really like Emmanuel Quickley. I'm just wondering how a guy like Quickley now is going to be able to find the minutes out on the team, right? So if he takes away from Quickley's minutes, then that could be an L in the long term. OKC Thunder, tough luck at the lottery. That one dude looks pretty damn good. The Giddey guy, literally I saw him do one play against the Pistons. He freaking blew by Cade and slammed the basketball. So it's hard to say. Yes, you can have bad luck in the lottery, but also you can have bad luck or great luck with who you draft where, right? So I think they're happy with their choice when it comes down to it. The Orlando Magic overcrowding the center spot. That's been an issue for years for them. Yeah, having Wendell, Mo Bamba. I don't know who else. Did they get anybody else? It's still a good opportunity for those guys to play together. I think also Mo Bamba can play some forward too, so I think they'll work it out. Here we have sending an unreasonable asking price for Ben Simmons. Yeah, that's just going to tick off a lot of people. You're hurting yourself. You obviously don't want to, there has to be a compromise. Asking for a ridiculous amount, but also not accepting a bad amount. Those are two different things, and there's some middle ground right there, right? Maybe not ask for 5 draft picks, maybe ask for 3 draft picks or 2 draft picks, and maybe not ask for a superstar, ask for an all-star caliber guy, maybe a nice project or something like that, man. But if they go into next season with Ben Simmons, that's not something you want on the Philadelphia 76ers. That's a championship contending team with Joel Embiid, so you don't want to waste a year of that, wasting it on the drama. We got Portland Trailblazers not listening to Damian Lillard. Yeah, I would say Portland's still taking the biggest L of the offseason. They did nothing. They did nothing, man. We got the Sacramento Kings not cashing in trade chips. Still time for that. There's still plenty of time for that. I still think Marvin and or Buddy Hield's gone before the season. We got the Spurs overhauled roster and still lack star power. Well, a lot of that takes time. They bought out LaMarcus Aldridge. They let DeMar DeRozan walk away. Essentially, how are we supposed to get star value back from that? And nobody was trading any stars for those guys. To me, that's a W. They picked a direction and they went with it. So yeah, you can't really. Yeah, that just takes time. We got the Toronto Raptors giving Gary Trent Jr. a player option. Oh, did they really? Hey, good for him on that, man. 3-year player option deal. That's a W for him. I guess. Yeah, player options can make trades a little difficult towards the end of the contract because if you maybe no longer want the guy in your team, but teams don't want to trade for him because they're not sure he's going to be around long term. So, okay, I kind of get that. We got the Utah Jazz burning a first-round pick to dump Derek Favors. Yeah, this seems kind of stupid. I like Derek Favors. Who's their backup center right now? Huh? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't think and he had what like a 2-year $20 million contract, $10 million a season. Not like a bad contract. That's kind of weird. That is the end of it though, man. Hopefully you guys did all enjoy this video. These are always interesting to go through. I really like Bleacher Report. They do have some unique articles to say the least. But that's all we got, man. So remember, check out my third channel, Crispy Flakes Plays for that Madden series. Main channel, Crispy Flakes. Check out the NBA videos over there. And yeah, if you guys ever have a video you want me to react to, send it to me on Twitter at CrispyFlakes2K or Instagram. And I check it out there every single day, man. So that's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.